ducked off low key, yeah, you know me. Hey. Kickin' with Tyree, hit a 3 like Kyrie.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Kickin' It with Tyree, and I'm Tyree, and this is
Tru.
Hello, Tru. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
What did you eat today?
Boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs?
And a fish fillet sandwich and waffle fries.
I only asked you that because every time we hang out or shoot something, you always had an interesting meal right before.
Yeah. That is so true.
Every time you're like, yeah, I made this vegan pizza and I don't know why this vegan pizza fucked up, but I can't even remember why it fucked up. But that shit was hilarious.
Because I put the wrong temperature. And I'm like, ew, this is doughy. It was gross.
Wow, shit. Like that girl who fucking this girl fucking scorpion right in front of both of us, and I didn't even know it was true. We were supposed to meet up for a shoot. All of a sudden, this girl is fucking flipped over. That shit was hilarious. And then I'm like, let me just roll around this bitch.
Wait, who flipped over?
The girl on the bike. You don't remember that?
Oh,
you remember the girl helping her?
Yes, that I almost forgot about that day.
I was like, who was that? And then that shit was.
Yeah,
I think she was drunk.
She was off drugs or something because the way she got up,
was like, oh, I'm fucked up.
She kind of was about to fall again, and her homegirl, she was like,
I wanted to help her.
She was tired of her shit.
I needed to find a parking spot, and I was like, parking spot stuck in the middle of the road.
Her knees was all scraped up. I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "You sure, bitch?"
You sure you're okay? Yeah.
That
crazy. Shit was hilarious.
I almost forgot about that. I'm like, dang, what the hell are you talking about?
Wild shit always happen right next to the Grand Avenue Mall. That's where the wild shit happens.
Man.
But how have you been musically? I saw that you've just dropped a Tru mix.
Yeah.
And that was the Chicago freestyle.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. I like Tussie Slide, but I feel like you were more in your element on this one.
Yeah. I really think it's because I don't know, I got to sing a little more, and plus I like that song a lot, and I like Giveon. His voice is nice. So
shout out to Giveon.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite up and coming R&B artists.
Me too. Yeah, I love him. But yeah, so when I first heard that song, I was just like,
There's a lot of people from Milwaukee who are actually working with him too.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
He has, a videographer from Milwaukee have shot some of. I don't think she shot the videos, but she's shot BTS for him and stuff like that. And then Rowan is. I don't know which one he produced on there.
That's lit.
Produced one of his latest songs. So.
Is he from Chicago for real?
I don't know if he's from Chicago. I watched some of his videos and I thought he was from Long Beach or some shit.
Oh, I guess.
He has a video right in front of Long Beach High School or something like that. Somebody let us know.
Somebody tell us, please.
They go
trying to figure out.
Tune into this part only, and then let us know what that shit is. But,
yeah.
Other than that, what made you start back doing those?
I miss doing it. It's just I feel like back when I first started doing it, I was just not consistent, and I was putting too much pressure on myself. So even actually right before I did the Chicago freestyle, I was just over it because I was supposed to record that and this other remix that I had made, but the session didn't really go as planned, and I was just like, dang, now I'm just sitting here on a Tuesday with nothing to post. And I was like, I hit up my homie Lucian, and I was just complaining to him about it. I'm like, I'm just gonna give up. And he had called me give up. And he was like, you need to just calm down, smoke a joint, right? Bring your ass through here. And then like literally he was like, maybe just take a little break from it or whatever, like don't put too much pressure, something like that. Literally a couple of days later, I recorded the song. And then a couple days later, I like hit my homie Campo that shot the video. I hit him up and I was like, I need a favor. He was like, what's up? I'm like, you free to shoot a little video today? He's like, yeah. And he pulled up and we just shot it like
that's what's up.
Within an hour, 2 hours.
So I got like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
It's getting great attention. That's amazing.
Yeah, I actually plan on performing it. I'm trying to see if like people are like interested in seeing me perform it. So like I posted on my story like, should I perform this? Yeah, you
got to do it quick.
Yeah, so
in Wisconsin it will go to winter
very like fast. I actually do have a performance coming up.
Where at? Plug it.
Alice's Garden. It's gonna be on Sunday. It's gonna be outside. Okay. So I gotta be cozy.
Alice Garden, what time?
So it's a protest because it's for it's a Protect Black Women event. So it's going to be like a march. So that starts at 3. And then I think the block party, we're going to get to Alice Garden like around 5. So that's when the performance / block party will start.
That's what's up. That's a great segue into my next question. That's weird. I know you say you're a music activist. You're a musician or an artist, and you're also an activist. What does activism mean to you in your music? And I know I'm rambling on. Sorry, you just dropped a song like a couple months ago called 10 Toes.
Yeah.
And how does that song kind of incorporate what both artists and activists?
Yeah. I was inspired to make that a couple of days after George Floyd passed away. I had just got my equipment and I was learning like how to record myself in Logic. And I was just gonna make like a typical love song. And I had been avoiding like watching like the video of him being shot just because like
I have not watched it.
Yeah, like I just was avoiding that, but like, it was just it clicked to me. Like I was making a love song because the song, the name of the beat was called Back and Forth. So I was originally making a song about like going back and forth with a guy or whatever. Like, okay, we break up, we get back together. But then I was just like, it's so much. Like
you're going back and forth with.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I always make songs about that, but like it's real stuff going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So I had started just saying whatever came to my mind about the situation, and like that's what came out. Like I originally recorded it myself before I went into the studio, and that's what came to mind. Like it's messed up. Like we go through so much stuff, and as Black people, as a community, we go back and forth trying to we always marching. It's whenever somebody gets killed or something messed up happens, we go out and march and then we forget about it. And then we go back out and then it dies down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what can we do to make a change and make that impact long lasting and really stick with us?
And I feel like just us as Black people, we go through so many like traumatic situations. I feel like we see it so much and it's like causing trauma to like communities and Black communities. Like we see this video, we all feel like we're looking at us in a way. So we feel that traumatically. So that kind of has a draining effect on us. And we keep seeing it. Like
it's messed up.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's really messed up. And that's kind of what inspired Chicago Freestyle too. Like when I heard the song, I was actually getting a tattoo and I was just like, yeah. And then the next thing you know, I'm starting to like write words, and like a couple people had like got shot and killed here in Milwaukee. So I was just like, dang, like he talking about Chicago and this and that. And I'm like, people don't really talk about Milwaukee at all. And they don't talk about what goes on here. And it's, I don't know. I just felt like, not only could I talk about like what goes on in our community, but I could talk about what we could do. You know what I'm saying? let's make money together. Like, let's build our communities. Let's do something about, what's going on. Like, yeah, there's people getting killed, but what are we doing?
Yeah. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to make change yourself? That's the question as well. Like, how do you plan on making change, and what steps are you going to move forward with it?
Yeah. So I plan on making change through my music, through artist activism. I'm currently working with Lit. I'm contracted through them under their artist fellowship. And the project that I'm curating is a Milwaukee mixtape, basically a collaboration EP with local artists. So I basically get to contract artists to like make songs about Milwaukee and the social and racial injustices that we face. So it's like, not only are we all speaking about that, but I get to pay them. They're all Black and brown artists. I get to teach some of the artists about like the business side of music and how you can make, residual income from your music, stuff like that. And then investing in myself, not just my music, but in the community. Like, I've been looking at different ways that I can invest in the community and give back.
Can I have a skit on the mixtape? I just wanted to be called On a G, and then I'm just gonna like say some stupid shit like On a G, nigga. I swear to God.
Low key.
Wait, what's
that would go crazy.
Let me get on there.
Let
quick.
me know, because we got some sessions coming up this week.
Let me know. I'm always available. I'll be in
that would go crazy.
Crazy. I'll write a whole little skit out.
Because I was gonna actually find a sample off of like YouTube, and it was like, damn, I forgot what they're called, but like it's this group, and a producer had like showed me like this like little video, and it was a song, and they were like niggas, all niggas, and then in the background like they was just saying niggas, and then like the dude was yelling like, niggas don't wanna die, they wanna multiply. Niggas don't want, like, he was just saying a whole bunch of shit. And I was just like, this is like low key, like amazing. So if you was to do some owner G shit, that would go crazy.
That'd really capture a Milwaukee mixtape.
For real. Yeah. That would be amazing.
There's some segue into some more questions. Who are your influences in music?
I always stumble on this question when people ask me this. A lot of people influence me, but I have to say, like, when I started music, I don't know, I guess it's like really just like everybody that I grew up on, like in the 90s, because that's what people say, like my vibe is like 90s, early 2000s. So it's like all of those people, like Whitney Houston for sure. Like,
I was listening to Constellations today, and I was like, this is Brandy. I was like, this is a Brandy vibe.
People say Brandy as well.
This is a Brandy vibe.
I love Brandy. Whitney Houston and Brandy. Cinderella, I just... that was my shit. I watched that over and over and over. Like, when I found out Whitney Houston passed away, I was in high school and I cried. It was like playing on the radio. And I'm like, I cried. And then like Sparkle had just came out, like, or it was about to come out.
Yeah, because I remember that movie came out like right after she
passed. And so I waited like at least a year or a couple of years before I watched that. And when I watched it, she had sang His Eyes on a Sparrow, and I lost it. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. Because she just has, balling. It's her essence for me. Like, her essence is just, you feel her. And that's what I wanted to, like, that's what inspired me. Like, I want people to feel me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to feel like they know who I am. Like they right here with me when I'm singing to them. Yeah.
And I'm right here with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't have smoked that.
I'm trying to be on your level. Look.
Before I started, I'm like stuck in this couch right now. But I feel like that's one of my favorite songs by you, Constellations, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's at a point where I am in my life, and like you feel like you just need to take that next step, and you gotta
Take that leap.
burst
Yeah.
through the
Yeah,
wall.
actually, I was playing that all morning today because I plan on performing at this next weekend for a set that I'm gonna be a part of for what is it called? It's the social justice performance. It's a show happening at Noah Studios.
Okay.
Like
Noah Studios.
Yeah.
What time?
6 p.m. So actually, it's Moody's show, and she's like, gave me a little part on her set. So
hey, come do a song.
Yeah.
I gotta add this into my calendar.
Yeah, I love her. But
15th, you said, or you said next weekend?
Yeah, so the 17th. Yep, and it's gonna be an outside performance too.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that because
I'm gonna be in there with a hoodie.
Yeah,
be a little bit chilly.
We haven't performed together in a long time, so. And by performing together, like being on stage, because we don't have like songs out with each other. We just be listening to like songs that we got in a vote, and we be just like, yeah, they'll never hear it. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yeah,
I haven't seen Moody in a long ass time. The last time I saw her, we did an interview for 414 Day, and then it never came out because they never had 414 days. So
wow.
Because of fucking COVID, I feel like COVID has really like put a gash in everything people
Honestly,
have planned.
It put a gash and stuff, but it actually paved the
way at the same time.
Yeah, because honestly, in November I said I was not gonna perform no more. I was just gonna, I was just gonna write, develop myself, and then COVID happened, and like I just was on like this. I had like this like reflection, like I was really like doing like inner work, like doing some healing. And I feel like that's how I was able to like pour out that song the way I did, because like
you were going through it at the same time, so you could really feel it.
Yeah. So, and ever since I've done that, like, I don't know, everything, like doors has just been opening, like literally ever since, like, Lit reached out to me. I just had opportunities to perform. Like I was protesting. I never went to a protest until this year. Like, but I was like, I just decided like, when will I use my voice? You know what I'm saying? When will I step out? Like I had to like step out and outside of my personal fears, outside of my own little anxieties, outside of my overthinking, being judged or being looked at, like having stage fright and shit like that. Like I had to put myself out there, and ever since I've been doing that, like not only have I been embracing me, but everybody else has. Like I used to think like when people told me they like my music, I'm like, you're lying. You're lying to me. You don't have to lie.
That's how I feel when people tell me they like my videos. I was like, because I watched this shit like 80 times and I'm annoyed.
Exactly, and I'm just frustrated. I want to beat my engineer ass for gassing me at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I heard this. I don't know where I heard these stories. It might have been Joe Budden, but every time someone's like talking about right before they had like a crazy amount of success, they say that they had this ego death moment where like they lost their ego and they just said, whatever happens, I'm just going for it, and I'm not gonna have any personal vendettas, or it's just gonna put everything out there and work with, do whatever you can to get forward. And I feel like you always do need that moment in your life where you're like, you know what, fuck it, it's just it, like this is it, and you're not going back.
Literally the whole summer, that's what it's been, like fuck it, like fuck it. Why wait? Like I've been pushing, I'll put things to the side, I'll put things on a back burner, I'll just be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But it's like, why wait? Like, and COVID has kind of like knocked some sense into me. Like, what are you waiting on? Cause like you could sit here and wait all day. You know what I'm saying? You could sit here and wait all day, or you can just do it now, and you never know what can happen in a day or a couple of days. And like this summer proved that, because I put that song out and I went to my first protest, and ever since I spoke up, you know, and start believing in me and said fuck, you know, what anybody else has to say or whatever, people just be like, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I
definitely feel that, because that's when I kind of like said, you know what, I've been right.
This shit tweaked real quick.
All right.
Stop recording.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys. we had to reset, but pretty much we were talking about letting your ego die. Just say fuck it. I feel like I felt that this year, mostly because I felt like once COVID happened, it's like, yo, what else are you gonna do? Like, you need to get it done. You're working and just like not doing anything else. You might as well spend money on getting your dreams out. So that's when I started really working on like the comic book, the short films, pilot stuff like that, because I feel like I need to get my own content out and like try and push that, because that's more what I want to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make stories. I got into filmmaking to, you know, tell stories and help people tell their stories.
That's literally me too. Like when I first started music, I always wanted to make music that talked about what I'm talking about now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it took until now for me to actually start talking about it. So it's like, I feel like timing is everything.
Got to protect or perfect that craft first, and then you can really get into like what music you're gonna really be making. Like Lil Wayne didn't make the music he makes like from 2010 to now until 2008, really. Because Lil Wayne in 2005 is completely different.
Definitely
2015 Lil Wayne.
Definitely different. But
like,
I like
the voice
Lil
just
Wayne.
like gradually gets higher. Like,
yeah, he used to have a deep voice. Now he sounds like a little alien or something.
Like, that's that lean.
Damn.
Shout out Lil Wayne. But where do you see yourself with your music in 2 years, and where do you see yourself going even outside of music?
In 2 years, I definitely see myself like with placements. Like I definitely want to like put my stuff out there, like making a solid income from my music. A lot of collaborations, you know, writing for artists, and engineering. I definitely see that in the next 2 years.
I definitely see it as well. I feel like there's a lot coming, and I know you're doing a lot and with Lit and your own stuff, and I know we're gonna see it. You guys will see it, and Tru West you will know the name Tru West.
Yes, you will. If you don't know Tru, you will know her soon. You like that? Okay.
You gotta trademark that now.
Yeah.
You don't know Tru, you will know her soon. Shit.
But yeah, personally, I definitely I want to invest in like I said, like I want to invest in things. Like I want to get a few businesses that I've been wanting to get started. I want to get them up and running within the next 2 years. Investing in properties and all different types of stuff.
That's
like
the move.
Yeah.
I want to buy a house.
Definitely.
Got to make sure you can like have everything to buy a house. You know, like, you got to be able to afford it. You got to be able to, you know, fix it. Like,
yeah.
That motherfucker's gonna break down. Something in the house gonna break down. Got a fucking water heater. And you spend $1,200 just to get that shit fixed. It's like, damn.
Yeah, what I
are you ready for that?
Right? Are you really ready for that type of work? Because you, as much as HGTV you watch, it's not the same as really putting that real effort into it.
Once that 1,200 hits your account, you're like, damn. You ain't got no payment plans?
No
Like,
payment
nothing?
plans at all. Like, what are you even doing?
Like, shit, can I put this on the credit card?
But I definitely want to like buy up the blocks in our city. Like, I want a lot of Black owned stuff. Like, I want everybody to be on that. Like, that's what.
Because that's what I feel like we just need to, you know, build our own community.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we don't own land or own properties, it's hard to do that and hard to like control what goes on in a community.
Exactly.
Without owning anything.
Exactly. And that's what I've been talking about. Like, I've been trying to like push that into my music too. So like people can be like, she on to something. Like, yeah, let's get on that. Like in 2C Slide, like, you know, you trying to make bands or nah? Like, we can make bands faster if we put our money together. Like, and like I've been reading like books like Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man and Brainwashed and 64 Years to Make a Negro. And they talk about like how Black people used to pull their money together and make sure that they could, you know what I'm saying, keep that money sustaining within that community. But, you know, now it's hard to keep the dollar within our community just because of if it's a Black owned business, it's far out. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You got to travel out to go and get that versus, you know, the nail salon on 35th and North is right there. You know what I'm saying? But you start to wonder, like, all of these businesses are catered to Black people, but they're not owned by them. JJ's, Buddy's, the nail salons, like all of these places are catered to us and all in our neighborhoods, but none of them are owned by Black people. That is a red flag to me because they're not from here. They're foreign people. So they studied us.
And they came here.
That's sick because they know all the right things to get. Like, you go into a beauty supply store, it got all the weave you can think about, all the hair supplies you can think of.
But not one Black person working that bitch. Sometimes.
Not own it. Because they'll have Black employees.
One Black person working that bitch.
They'll have Black employees. Yeah, they'll have Black employees, but nobody got...
The owner be an Asian man.
Yeah, the owner be an Asian man.
It's a beauty supply store for Black women.
Like, that's red flags right there. Because ain't nobody looking at like Asian cultures or Middle Eastern cultures and being like, yeah, I'm about to make some Mediterranean food and make a Mediterranean restaurant in a Mediterranean community. Like, no.
I don't have no turban store.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no Black people are doing that or even thinking, oh, maybe how do they know how to do all of that? Nobody's thinking that. And that's like concerning. Like, that concerns me because like, if it keeps going at the rate it's going, like, we not gonna have anything. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna be able to keep anything.
What is your culture if everybody's telling you what your culture is?
Exactly. You know? Do you really know who you are, or are you just doing what people tell you to do?
What Kanye say? I'm not a slave of the culture, because like that. How can you have a culture if like you don't know what your real culture is?
Exactly.
And I saw this thing on Twitter the other day. It was like African Americans in America don't claim their African side, and I was like, we don't know our African side. What the fuck? Know. If anything, we're just Black. Like that. Like, I don't even consider myself African American. I consider myself a Black American because I don't have an African culture. Like, I can't go like, oh yeah, I'm from Nigeria or Rwanda or some shit. I just don't know. Like, I'm not gonna 23andMe it either.
Exactly.
I don't care that much to do it. It's like, I feel like we're Black Americans and they're African Americans. It's like, 'cause
that
they
are
have
actually African.
They have African culture.
I mean, if anything, like as far as the history of my family, I know goes far back. On my mom's side, her great grandma was Native American, and then on my dad, his mom is Creole. So it's like, I don't really.
There was,
you know what I'm saying, and I think that's a lot of our problem as well. Is we're not taught traditions. We're not taught our history passed down from our parents and their parents. Like, I feel like
we're also not taught real history.
Yeah,
like
no.
accurate history.
We
It's not.
rely on school to teach us
Yeah.
that versus it being taught from home. And that's the problem, because you look in other communities, they're getting taught culture and history at home first, and then they're going
It's
to
like-
school to learn whatever they need to learn.
Yeah, it's like, yo, look at the stats. If 10 million Africans were enslaved in the U.S. and only 400 came off of a boat, or 400,000 came off of a boat, do the fucking math. We was already in this bitch.
Exactly.
We was here already.
It was hella indigenous black people.
Like, we was already here. They tell you they killed off the indigenous people, but
they
really
didn't.
they just enslaved them.
They did it.
And now there's still Africans here who like traveled through like South America up, because there's like this current, I don't know the name of it, but there's this current that goes right off of Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes straight into like the coast of South America.
Mm-hmm.
And they say in history, I like listen to some TED Talks and some shit, but that like West Africans would travel through that current to South Africa, and they would go up
Mm-hmm.
through Mexico, and come up to the Americas.
Yeah.
That's what
I've
happened.
heard things like that too. So it's like, people say, oh, stop trying to take other people's heritage. Nobody said like we want to be Native American. What we're saying is black people were indigenous as well.
Yeah.
Not saying we were, we had the same heritage as Native Americans, but there were definitely indigenous people
Who were black.
that were black that had different practices, and they
were just on the other side. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like Florida area and like pretty much like the South.
Yeah.
Like where most of the
Black
fucking
people was.
black people were. I don't know if people understand this. Like that's where all the black people were in the South. That's where all the indigenous black people were. And there
'Cause it's
was
like-
I'm trying to think of this fucking guy's name. I gotta listen to it again.
Because how did they expect us to just know how to pick some cotton off of a foreign land anyway?
True.
And grow herbs that naturally grow here.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
hit you hard enough with that fucking
you gonna learn, right?
Oh shit. All right.
Hey, I was at Alice's garden and I had learned that
I remember that shit.
like slaves, like they basically like didn't permit slaves to like grow crops for themselves, but they would grow the crops for the slave masters.
Mhm.
And like there's natural properties of like plants that they don't teach us about that we already knew. We knew about the natural properties and like the healing properties that it held, like chamomile. Like chamomile is a sedative, so like it can help you be calm, it can help you, with anxiety, but it can also knock you the fuck out. So like they wouldn't let the slaves like grow it for themselves because they could use it against the slave masters and like knock out a whole house.
Wow.
I thought that
Get
was
out of that bitch.
and
Yeah.
escape.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I was just like in shock because a lot of the medicine that's created is based off of plants.
Oh.
So instead of taking pills that can just takes the symptoms away, but doesn't really take
Go
the
to holistic
illness
one.
away, you can just grow a
Take a
plant
plant.
in your backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And be
And be
healthy.
straight.
Yeah.
At least as healthy as you can be.
Yeah.
And without having to go to, the doctor to get like fucking sleeping pills or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You just go the natural approach. Like,
Yeah.
'cause you don't want fucking sleeping pills anyway. Like, stay away.
Literally, like all those little pieces of leaves and stuff that you just don't think about. They all mean something.
Like bro was saying, sea moss. Like,
Yeah.
Why would I ever know what sea moss did until he just told me, and now I want to go buy it.
Like fucking daffodils are technically a weed, apparently,
Mhm.
but they heal like almost anything.
Maybe that's why they make us spray them.
Yeah. They make you kill the daffodil so you can't use them.
Oh. See that?
Yeah, we had daffodils that grew in our backyard, and my mom made my little brother like whack them down. And then she ended up telling me like a couple months later, like, yeah, you know, daffodils do this. I'm like, so why you have my little brother fucking, you know, cut them down? She was like, because they're considered a weed. I'm like, so you know what it could do, but because you're told that they're considered a weed,
you're not supposed to. Maybe weeds are good for the grass.
I think it is.
I always thought that. Like,
I mean, weed is good for you, so I think weed for grass is good.
Like, I'm working at fucking, I'm not even going to say it, but I've sprayed grass as a job, and I'm like, really, we're like poisoning the earth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not better for the grass than fucking just having weeds in it. Like, it can't be. Just making this shit green synthetically. Like,
yep.
It's not organic. That shit's gross. Like, I can't wait to be done with that fucking place. But I'm gonna cut this part out probably. Not trying to get fired on my day off and shit.
Dang.
They're like, oh, I listened to your podcast the other day. You said some quite rude things about our company. We're gonna have to let you go.
We're gonna have to let you go. They'll definitely do some shit like that.
Damn, you made me work the whole day. You're like, oh yeah.
No, they'll let you come into work and then be like, yeah, you gotta go home, man.
They gonna wait till you like pretty much done with the work already and be like, oh yeah, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here. We saw what you did today and you gotta get out of here. I'm just happy I'm alone all day. But, another question that I had, I saw you made a recent TV debut. I want to talk about
How did you see that? Did you watch the episode?
I saw it on your status, so I couldn't find the episode, but I went and looked it up. I was like, what is this? I gotta find her. But,
yeah, that was crazy.
How was that? And what was it? I tried to look it up, but I could not find it.
Okay, I'm about to blow minds right now. Okay, so I was on Judge Perez as a defendant.
Was it like scripted? And you
like it was not freestyle, but
it was impromptu.
Impromptu, yes. Yeah. But we had like basically an overall of like the story, and then we would just impromptu. A lot of people don't know that it's reenactments
of like
of a real events, but everybody is in there. They're not just average. Well, they're average day people, but they're getting paid to be in there.
Oh,
like I got paid to do that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How did you like have to stop?
Yeah, we would like we would go over. Yeah,
I was gonna say because I'd be fucking laughing. Like, I would not be able to keep my cool on that shit.
Yeah, no. What's so funny is this was when I was out in LA, like when I was back when I was living out there, and I actually had a sprained ankle. Like I had like a sprained ankle, like I had like a little thing wrapped around my ankle, and it was like people in the audience laughing because I had heels on and I was limping. So they were like, this bitch can't even walk in heels. Look at her. And like whole time I got a sprained ankle.
Whole character at this point.
Yeah, I had a whole sprained ankle. Like in real life though, I fell down the stairs at my job.
Really? That sucks.
Like
Where
that
were you
was
working?
I was working at iPig, which was pretty fun because I got to meet like so many like celebrities, like basically a lot of my favorite people. Like I met Adele on my second day.
That's what's up.
I met Ty Dolla $ign, The Game, Michael B. Jordan, fine ass. Yeah, like it was lit, but no, they don't give a fuck about their employees. And I fell down the stairs and I sprained my ankle, and that was the first time like I've ever had to have crutches.
Really? Damn.
And I'm like, for a sprained ankle, y'all lying to me. Like,
dude, I fucked up my ankle before and had to like have crutches. That shit hurts. I remember in high school, every like first practice, I swear, I was spraying my ankle the worst it's ever been sprayed. Like it was like my shoes just letting me know, like, all right, ankle. Like I was like, what the fuck? Every first practice, I fucking
No, and I'm clumsy, so I'm always like slightly like spraining my ankle, but I've never just sprained my ankle to that extent before. Like I'll sprain my ankle. Like today, I walked on my ankle weird, and I was just like, ow. Like for like a good 30 minutes, every time I walk, I was like, ow. But
I just walked that shit off. Like,
yeah, it's never been to the extent where I couldn't just walk it off. Like I was like out of commission for like a month.
That sucks.
Like I
Just
couldn't
in
work.
Cali,
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, like, and I was catching a bus. I was like on the subway, like to the audition. I still had to have my crutches. So like I'm like fuck these crutches. So I'm like hobbling on the fucking bus and shit. And like for the audition I had to it was something similar. So like I was like suing my baby daddy for letting my son get injured on a trampoline. And we just did it in one take, and it was like, that was amazing. I'm like, okay. And then like ended up getting a call back like, yeah, we really enjoyed your audition. We want you to come and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I came in there with my little sprained ankle with my little punk ass heels on. And I just did the thing. I won that fake case too.
She won.
Yeah, but so it was funny because
was that the script as well? You had to sue him for
no. So I was suing my dance instructor.
Oh.
So I had a husband, all type of stuff. It was crazy.
For what?
Me and my husband were taking dance classes for our anniversary, and basically like he still charged us, but he taught us the wrong dance. It was like we were supposed to be doing tango, and he taught us like Mexican tango or something. It wasn't the right one.
So it was like
because we were going to Mexico or somewhere like that, and we wanted to learn. Yeah, we wanted to learn authentic tango or some shit. It was something weird, but I'm like, okay.
All right. Move on. Fuck, I'm stuck.
Well, there's a little. That sounds like a hard case to beat.
Right? Like,
that sounds hard as fuck to prove.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know that he taught you the wrong
dance? I was on his ass.
I taught you the Jamaican version of that dance.
I was on his ass. And it's funny because the guy that was playing my husband, he was terrible with his words. So, like, I was basically talking the whole time. And he was like, yeah, my wife gonna say, she gonna speak, I'll let my wife speak. I'm like, yeah, babe.
Stay in the background. I got this.
Yeah, and it's funny because I never got to see the episode.
Really?
So,
you still have not seen it?
So
somebody else saw it?
Yeah, so I was out in LA and people were just sending me like pictures of me. That's like, is this you? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, what channel is that on? And it was like, oh, it's off now. I'm like, fuck. Because we were watching Judge Mathis, and we had seen somebody that's from here on that show.
What's it? Judge
Perez.
I thought it was like Judge Joe Brown or some shit.
Oh no, it was Judge Perez. Yep, it was a lady. And I'm like,
oh, okay. I see her.
Yep.
Episode list. I'm about to look this up.
The tango episode. I don't know what the fuck the episode was called, but it was definitely like, I don't know. They be having like weird names for the episodes. Like, who shot John? Today we're gonna be like, what? Then a little background music. Dun, 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 dun,
dude, my fucking grandma used to always watch Judge Mathis.
Yeah, he funny. He be on people's tail.
Now that I know that shit's all fake,
yeah,
it just ruined it all for me.
Yeah, like, a lot of people.
I used to think he was really on their ass. Now I know that shit is all acting.
Yep. So it's like it makes sense now because like they'll say some stupid shit, and then they'll just start laughing, and it's like, Yeah, no. But with hers, like she tries to be as realistic as possible. So it's like if you say something that's like a little just too stupid, we gonna redo it. Cause
It has to
she's
be
trying
realistic.
she's trying to like actually teach people, you know, how the court system works versus other shows like is more entertainment.
I got you. And I feel like Judge Joe Brown is like that too.
Mm-hmm.
He's similar to Judge Mathis.
Mm-hmm.
What? I never really watched Judge Judy.
Yeah,
But-
Judge Judy is similar too. She be trying to go in.
She go in on you and then just like, nah, I know it's fake. I'm like, damn, they really ain't even going in on them like that. I thought they was really shitting on their whole life.
No, Judge Perez definitely was going in on dude. She was going in on him.
On the tango instructor?
Yeah. Yeah. That day was crazy.
Question. Let's end off with a question. Last segment, I like to call it Speak It Into Existence.
Ooh, I like that.
What do you want to speak into your future?
Prosperity.
What do you mean by that?
Just being rich in everything.
Rich in life.
Rich in life. I don't know, being able to provide for myself, being able to continue to make a difference, work for myself.
Sorry.
I was gonna try to like keep a straight face, but
Oh my God.
I was gonna try to ignore it, but then I looked at your face. I couldn't.
I was trying to like hide it. I was trying to hide it. I was like, I don't want to ruin she going in good. I was like, I don't want to ruin it. I was like, I don't
You did, because it was all over your face. Because I wanted to laugh as soon as I heard it. I was just like, wait, this is serious.
I was like, wait, what? Okay, so prosperity, being rich in life. And where were we?
I don't know.
Sorry about that. We'll edit out of this.
Yeah, just saying everything. Like, speaking into existence that, like, Milwaukee is going to be... I can do my best to push myself and push Milwaukee. And so we can stop being, like, discredited for what we are. And, like, not only that, but we can actually start making a change for ourselves. Instead of asking for a change, like, we can make that change ourselves. I want to speak that into existence. We can be that change.
Yes.
Actually, my lighter says, my brother gave this to me and I was just like, I'm going to keep this. It says, be the change you want to see.
That's a good lighter to have.
Yeah.
You gotta keep really.
Yeah, every time I blick that blicky, you know what I'm saying?
You want to be the change you want to see.
Yep. And then I shade. Take that puff. I'll shade. You know?
I'm straight. We gonna be the change you want to see. And I feel like we have so many talented people here.
Exactly.
And I just feel like we just gotta, you know.
We have to push each other.
I feel like we were right. There was a point a couple years ago where I feel like we were like right there. And I feel like some things just went a different way. And now we're like, a lot of people are back at square one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what do we do to build back up again? And how do we, you know, try and shape the culture around Milwaukee and show people around the world what our culture is? And that's like the biggest thing to me. I feel like every big city has some type of representation, you know?
And we don't.
And we really don't. I feel like Detroit has like film representation and music representation. LA, Florida, like Miami, New York, Chicago.
Even Seattle.
Yeah.
Like it's known for, you know what I'm
known
saying?
for music. And San Francisco, Oakland, like all the cities around the world are known except for Milwaukee. I feel like people look at Milwaukee and they're like,
what is there?
Milwaukee.
There's
What?
cows there. I didn't know there's black people there.
Yeah, we only got some cows. I went like a whole 2 years without seeing one, and I finally saw one again, and I was like, "Damn, it's been a minute. Like,
But
I need
that's
to
not
get out of
even
the
in-
city."
That's
when
not
you know
even
you gotta
Milwaukee County though.
Yeah, you got to go way out of Milwaukee County to see a cow.
Like, Milwaukee is literally a city.
Except for like, if you go out like towards Mequon area, once you get towards there, that's when you're gonna see cows. Like,
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's on red, so I just want to.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Any last words you want to get in before we end the podcast? I want to thank you for coming and being my first episode back. I didn't say that at the beginning, but this is the first in 2 years, and you're my first episode, so I appreciate you for being a friend.
I am honored, and thank you. And last words that I have to say is I just want to speak life into your success and like all your like endeavors that you are like moving for. I know a lot of people don't know what you're doing, but I know a little bit, and I'm really excited for that, like to bring that into fruition and see the change that you're going to do for the city. Like, I'm really excited for everything that everyone has been doing. Like, I definitely feel like this year is the year for us to really push our city to be what we've been wanting it to be for our whole lives. Like,
and I definitely see that, and I feel like 2021 is going to be the time and the place. So
definitely.
See you guys then. Thank you guys for tuning in to Kickin It with Tyree. I'm Tyree.
And I'm Tru.
Peace.
And if you don't know me now, you know me soon. Ooh!
So no, I won't let it get to me. The constellation of the stars to align. My name in conversation. I hear my name now. To shine. Staring at the constellations, praying for the stars to